Aew Rampage review for the 15th of July 2022. I'm here with the greatest show on earth. No, it's really not. Back on the reviews. I haven't done a wrestling review in a while. Probably since 2007. But to be exact about that, that was TNA No Surrender 2007. So we did that. Well, I did that a few weeks ago. But we're here with Rampage. Has AEW got better in the weeks that I have not watched it? I wish it was months, I wish it was years, I wish it was decades since I watched this shit. But here we are nonetheless, and we kick off the show with a tag team match. We have got Malachi Black and Brody King taking on Dark Order. That midget guy's in it. John Silver, whatever his name is. Are we supposed to care? Not really. I mean, were we ever supposed to believe that during this match that the other team are going to win? Of course, House of Black are going to... I mean, the House of Black. Who cares? Nobody cares about the House of Black. And it's horrendous. How's this John Silver guy even in a job? He's an absolute... he's literally about 4'5". And it goes for pretty much all of them. To be honest, in this Dark Order, they're all just a bunch of weirdos. I mean, there's about 30 members in the faction, and there's just no need for it. But during this match, we're kind of like, I think on Dynamite and Rampage, they've been kind of feuding with Sting and Darby Allin. But of course they win, and then in come Darby Allin. He jumps on, what's that, the big guy's back. Can't remember what the big guy, his name is, but... Then we get like a really weird standoff. It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're both pointing at each other. We have Malachi Black pointing, well, not pointing at Sting, but he's looking at Sting, and Sting's looking at him. And then they walk away, and then they walk back and look at each other, and then they walk away, and then they point back and look at each other, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know. There was also like they announced at the start of the show about what was going on. We've got Private Party taking on the Lucha Brothers. Chris Statlander will team up with Athena to take on the Renegade Twins. No one cares. But we've also got an ROH World Title match, which, I mean, who cares at this stage? ROH Championship match? I'm talking of that. That's up next. We've Jonathan Gresham taking on Lee Moriarty. Listen to these two, man. These sound like two McDonald's workers. This doesn't sound like stars in the making. And it's the ROH World Championship. I mean, who actually gives a shit about this? Of course, the champion retains, but not the worst thing about this is, it's the fact that Shivani essentially has to cut a promo after the match for CESARO. Oh, I know his name now is Claudio Castagnoli. Sounds like a pasta dish, but we'll gloss over that. Basically has to cut a promo for him, which is embarrassing. I mean, Cesaro's not the greatest talker, but it just shows you. Literally 99% of this roster needs someone to talk for him. It's embarrassing. That's why they constantly do these Shivani things, so he can do a bit of talking for them. It's embarrassing, but an ROH World Title match, no one cares. We then have a women's tag match that's over in 26 seconds. What's there to say about this? We literally have before the match that they're talking about these two, the Renegade Twins, that oh, they're trouble, man. They make life very dangerous for their opponents, and yet they get beaten 26 seconds. I could not imagine back in the day that they're talking about the Dudleys or the Hardys and they're hyping them up and then they get beaten 26 seconds. Don't really know what's going on here. Then the Gun Club come out. Billy Gunn cuts a promo, which is alright. Billy Gunn, this is actually one of the only decent things about the show. But then out come the Acclaim. They kind of get into a match, on a brawl I should say, and there's a bit of a rap going on, and then yeah, Austin Gunn declines a match, well, a potential match that could happen later on in the show. But then in our main event, we have the Lucha Brothers taking on Private Party. Well, I believe this is the main event. This is the way I watched the clips, and the way it was led to believe is this was the main event. The Lucha Brothers, of course, pick up the win, and it's like, I get the ROH title is not AEW property. Well, it is AEW property because they bought them. Forgot about that. But why wouldn't a world title match be the main event? No idea why, but this is just your typical AEW match. Kickouts galore. It's absolutely horrendous. no selling, none of this kind. But the Lucha Brothers managed to win here in 11 minutes, just over 10 minutes. Do we care? No. And AEW, I think what pay-per-view's next? I don't know, man. They have a pay-per-view every 3 months, but yeah, we had Forbidden Door just done. Rampage is horrendous. See, like this time a year ago, or maybe just a bit less, about 11 months ago, they did the debut of Punk and they had like 1.5 million viewers. I'd like to know what the viewers are like in this. Probably less than what this review is going to bring in. Maybe not that low, but it will be around those numbers. In terms of a rating out of 10, it's horrendous. I mean, what am I supposed to give it? A 1 because Billy Gunn was on the show? Can't exactly do that, but we'll give it a 0 because it absolutely fucking sucks.